Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers need to strengthen their defensive system and will have some good options to make deals, but among some options mentioned below, the most viable and that will certainly bring the greatest return to the Lakers will be to sign Jrue Holiday, who is considered one of the best defenders in the league. Jrue Holiday is also experienced in the playoffs, and together with Luka Doncic and LeBron James they will be able to achieve great things, and the Lakers will be favorites for the next championship. Austin Reaves is unlikely to remain with the Lakers and Jrue Holiday will be a great option. Austin Reaves could very well be shipped out of Los Angeles this season. With this in mind, we take a look at 5 options to replace the Lakers' third star. Austin Reaves and the Los Angeles Lakers may be on the verge of parting ways this offseason. While the Lakers have been one of the most actively mentioned teams in trade rumors, their star guard has also attracted a lot of attention in the trade market. The reason Reaves has been mentioned in many trade rumors is because of his current contract situation. The 27-year-old is currently heading into the third year of his 4-year, $53.8 million deal. When considering his regular season averages of 20.2 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 5.8 assists, it is evident that he is severely underpaid in this capacity. In this regard, it has become apparent that the guard will demand a massive extension heading into the final year of his contract, with some projections even seeing him earn $200 million. While this is simply a reflection of what he deserves to be valued at, the purple and gold simply may not have the cap space to afford him in such a situation. Because of these conversations, the Lakers organization has been thrown into a state of limbo regarding their future with Reaves. He has undoubtedly been one of their most valuable players, but this is coincidentally what makes him their only relevant trade asset if they hope to get anything in return for him. Reaves has been mentioned in countless trade proposals thus far. With this in mind, we take a look at the flip side, wherein the Lakers must acquire a replacement for their third star. Jrue Holiday. Los Angeles Lakers receive Jrue Holiday. Boston Celtics receive Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, 2028 first-round pick swap. This trade presents an interesting opportunity for the Lakers. Acquiring Jrue Holiday from the Boston Celtics would be a very timely way of addressing their defensive issues in the backcourt. Additionally, when considering the Celtics' cap struggles, the team may have a tough time retaining him as well. Holiday is one of the finest two-way players in the league. Having played a key role on 2 championship teams in the last 5 years, it is evident that the 34-year-old could immediately turn the Lakers into contenders. The Celtics guard notched an average of 11.4 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 3.9 assists. Although his offensive numbers don't spark much confidence, he is an absolute force on defense. His ability to fight over screens would also help cover up Doncic's defensive shortcomings. Holiday's $32.4 million cap hit is too much for Boston, considering their investment in their star core. While several players may be on the way out, the Celtics would do well to acquire decent pieces in return. Hachimura and Gabe Vincent may not necessarily help them improve, but it does give them some flexibility with building a roster. Vincent, in particular, offers solid two-way support off the bench. However, flipping the 2 expiring contracts may be more beneficial for the former champions. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Los Angeles Lakers receive Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Minnesota Timberwolves receive Jared Vanderbilt, Shake Milton. This trade is primarily to allow the Lakers to get some two-way support with Reaves on the way out. Nickeil Alexander-Walker has displayed a lot of potential as a 3-and-D type of player. And on the Lakers, he could be a solid outlet option on the perimeter for Doncic. Alexander-Walker has been linked to the purple and gold in some rumors due to his fit on the team. As a perimeter threat, the guard recorded an average of 9.4 points while shooting 38.1% from beyond the arc. Although his scoring averages pale in comparison to Reaves, it is important to remember that the two play very different roles. On the Lakers, the 26-year-old provides outside shooting as well as tough defense on the wings. If he is given enough minutes in the starting lineup, the purple and gold could see him flourish as a three-point shooting threat with Doncic facilitating and dictating the flow of the game. The Minnesota Timberwolves would not benefit much from this trade, but it would certainly allow them to gain something in return. Alexander Walker is a free agent heading into the offseason. By facilitating a sign-and trade, the Wolves can still acquire some assets to allow them to build their roster for next season. Bennedict Mathurin. Los Angeles Lakers receive Bennedict Mathurin. Indiana Pacers receive Jrue Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, number 55 pick, 2031 first-round pick. Bennedict Mathurin emerges as one of the most interesting options on this list. The Indiana Pacers guard has shown a lot of upside during his 3 years with the team. At 22 years old, Mathurin shows tremendous potential for the future. While primarily being a role player off the bench, the guard offers solid scoring along with stubborn defensive effort. His averages of 16.1 points and 5.3 rebounds per game make him an effective offensive force, especially considering his shooting splits of 45.8% from the field and 34% from three-point land. Although the guard played a more significant role for the team in the regular season, he has remained a solid presence for the Pacers during their postseason run. His ability to produce points in limited minutes certainly makes him an interesting option off the bench. The deal works for the Pacers as they add some tremendous role players along with draft capital. Jrue Hachimura provides effective backup for Pascal Siakam off the bench. His averages of 13.1 points and 5.0 rebounds on 50.9% FG make him a reliable veteran presence off the bench. Meanwhile, Knecht could develop well in a system catering to young players. Paired with a star like Tyrese Haliburton, the Lakers guard could see many more open looks to help improve upon his average of 37.6% from beyond the arc. In addition to this, the number 55 pick could also be valuable for the Pacers, as it allows them to draft a solid big man backup for Miles Turner and Thomas Bryant. Meanwhile, the 2031 pick purely gives the team some flexibility for the future. Quentin Grimes. Los Angeles Lakers receive Quentin Grimes. Philadelphia 76ers receive Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Knecht, number 55 pick, 2031 first-round pick. Philadelphia 76ers guard Quentin Grimes will be a restricted free agent heading into the offseason. Although the 76ers will show an inclination to re-sign him due to his immense growth potential, the Lakers would do well to try and acquire the 25-year-old. Grimes had two very different experiences in the 2024-25 season. After playing a large part of it with the Dallas Mavericks, he looked subdued and limited. However, during his 28 games with the 76ers, he displayed real star quality. The guard put up an incredible average of 21.9 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.5 assists on 46.9% shooting from the field. These performances included a ridiculous 46-point triple-double, which allowed him to burst onto the scene. In many ways, Grimes would be the most ideal replacement for Reeves. His ability emulates Reeves' own, allowing him to slot right in next to Doncic and LeBron James. Although his playmaking may not be at the same level, he would be a solid addition to the side. For the 76ers, this trade allows them to acquire a talented off-the-ball shooter in Dalton Knecht, giving them flexibility on the wing. Jared Vanderbilt's addition also gives them a boost on their perimeter defense. The draft capital may not be necessary for Philadelphia, but they can always use these assets to facilitate other trades to bolster their roster strength. Marcus Smart. Los Angeles Lakers receive Marcus Smart. Washington Wizards receive Jared Vanderbilt, Maxi Kleber, 2028 first-round pick SWA.P. Washington Wizards guard Marcus Smart is on an expiring contract this season. The former DPOY has a lot of upside, which could be beneficial for the Lakers. However, there are some concerns, all the same. Smart is a very solid role player on any team. As one of the best defensive players in the league, he has shown immense value as a primary defender on some of the best guards in the league. Although he recorded an average of 9.3 points and 2.5 assists on 39.2% shooting from three-point territory, much like Holiday, this is not a true reflection of his value. Smart may not be the ideal replacement for a player like Reeves, but what he does bring to the table may go beyond that. Considering the Lakers' aspirations of winning a title, the team is in dire need of a glue guy, a role player who bonds the team. Smart could fill that role. Unfortunately, the immediate concerns regarding his health also make him a bit of a high-risk investment. This trade also has little value for the Washington Wizards. Given that they aren't a side primed to compete in the NBA for the next few years, acquiring Vanderbilt and Kleber may only aid in building assets to facilitate future trades. The only item of genuine value may be the 2028 first-round pick in this regard. Lakers could target two young centers to address their big man problem. The Los Angeles Lakers could take another direction towards solving their big man problem by shifting their attention to two young centers instead. The Los Angeles Lakers have been a very active entity in the offseason. Having displayed an interest in acquiring a big man to strengthen their roster, the purple and gold have since been closely linked to several players. Numerous candidates have also emerged at this time. Given the team's poor performance in this season's playoffs, it became abundantly clear that a dire need had to be addressed. Considering that the organization still has title aspirations, with Luka Doncic at the center of it all, the Lakers have looked for the right kind of player to support their star. The primary individuals who have drawn the most attention are Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton and Mavs big man Daniel Gafford. While Claxton has been mentioned and referred to closely in trade rumors alone, the Lakers have shown an inclination to trade for Gafford only if his talks with Dallas fall through. While there have been links to other free agents, such as Clint Capella and Brook Lopez, recent reports suggest that the Lakers may opt for a new approach. As per Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus, the Lakers could attempt to sign younger bigs like Day'Ron Sharpe or Jericho Sims, considering how weak the market for centers is at the moment. Sharpe has been an interesting player to follow during his time with the Nets. Coming off his fourth season in the NBA, the center has shown consistent growth in all departments, notching an average of 7.9 points and 6.6 rebounds on 52.1% FG. Sharpe has been a solid element on the Nets roster. Although he isn't a starter for the team, playing behind Claxton, he has offered a tremendous boost to Brooklyn's efforts from the bench. At 6 feet 11 inches, the Nets' big man has shown great athleticism and ability around the basket. His sense for rebounding, particularly his effort on the offensive glass, would give the Lakers a much-needed interior presence. At only 22 years old, the center also brings youth and energy to a side that will need it in the regular season. Sharpe's sense for setting screens makes him a solid candidate to play next to Doncic. His 265-pound frame allows him to set solid screens, while his innate athleticism lets him roll to the basket with intent. The constant pressure in the dunker spot is also likely to keep opposing bigs honest, allowing Sharpe to feast on lobs in cases of hesitation. The 22-year-old will be an unrestricted free agent heading into the offseason. There is a better-than-even chance that the Nets will look to re-sign him, thus forcing the Lakers to acquire him via sign-and-trade only. Another option that the Lakers could set their sights on was Jericho Sims. Sims is coming off a rather substandard season with the Milwaukee Bucks. After the team picked up an option on the 26-year-old for the 2024-25 season, Sims only appeared in 53 games and notched an average of 1.8 points and 3.7 rebounds on 63.4% FG. These numbers don't necessarily do the young center much justice. During his time with the Knicks, Sims showcased a lot of potential in the few minutes he played in each game. Although his average of 2.4 points and 3.9 rebounds doesn't display a stark difference from his current averages, he has all the right tools to fit the Lakers system as it stands. The purple and gold have made their profile for their ideal big man known. What they need is an athletic big man who can run the floor, or a sharpshooting big man who can also act as a rim protector. Although these present two drastically different personas, Sims manages to find himself in the former category. At 6 feet 10 inches, he may not be a legitimate 7-footer, but he displays incredible athleticism. His ability to get off the ground makes him an immediate lob threat, allowing him to pair well with Doncic, who has always rewarded his bigs in the dunker spot. Sims appears to be very similar to Jackson Hayes in this regard. Although the Lakers center did a solid job in the absence of any other options, it was evident that he was punching above his weight. With the likelihood of Hayes heading out of the organization in free agency, the franchise would do well to find a solid replacement as soon as possible. It is quite likely that the Bucks will not re-sign Sims, hence allowing the Lakers to pick him up in free agency itself. However, a potential sign-and-trade deal wouldn't require the Lakers to offload much. A fierce debate. Los Angeles Lakers front office have two role players they can't choose between. The Los Angeles Lakers front office are trying to decide between two players as they look to build around Luka Doncic. The Los Angeles Lakers have already begun preparing for their next season. With their first full season being led by Luka Doncic, expectations are high. As such, Lakers fans will want to see their team capitalize on Luka's improved conditioning with better teammates that can lead to winning. With no draft picks this year and very little cap flexibility, the Lakers need to make some moves to improve their roster. But the big question the front office is asking is, who do we trade? LA Lakers unsure over trading Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves. In a report by Anthony Irwin of Clutch Points, it was revealed that the Lakers front office is embroiled in a fierce debate over who to trade between Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves. While neither player is on the trading block out of a desire to move them, the franchise understands that moving one of them is the only way to address some of the deficiencies on the roster. From there, things get very dicey, very quickly, as, according to league and team sources, a fierce debate has broken out about what to do with Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. To be clear, both are extremely well-liked internally. No Lakers decision-maker is looking ahead to the day when they can finally rid themselves of two of the better moves any team has made on the margins in recent years. Still, this roster desperately needs a facelift. The sense around the league is, in order to take the steps forward the Lakers are hoping to, they'll have to part with actual contributors on top of the little draft capital at their disposal.